12. The diagram below represents a technique used in some molecular biology labs. Which phrase best describes a result? What is this a picture of? By now, you should be able to recognize this immediately. This is a piece of DNA inserted to a bacteria and it reproduces. The expression we're looking for is genetic what? Genetic engineering. We are manipulating DNA into other organisms to reproduce new recombinant combined DNA. So, which phrase best describes? So we're looking for an answer choice that matches genetic engineering. 3 says, the introduction of a pathogen into a human cell. What's a pathogen? It's something that harms the body, like a virus or a bacteria. So obviously, this is not genetic engineering, right? So we can just cross this one out. 4, the separation of DNA fingerprints in the bacterial cell. This one is very incorrect. This has nothing to do with fingerprints. So we're down to 2 choices here. We have the production of gametes having both human and bacterial DNA, or the production of a human hormone by a bacterial cell. So we have 2 possible answers that we have here. So let's look at choice 1. Choice 1 says the production of gametes having both bacterial and human DNA. This says gametes, right? This is sex cells. Do we see any sex cells in this picture? No, we don't see any sex cells in this picture. We have a portion of human DNA. That's all we have. We're not going to make gametes. This is not going to make gametes. This one's incorrect. We can cross this one out. The last choice is the production of human hormone by the bacterial cell. This one is correct because this one here is producing the insulin hormone from the bacterial cell using mitosis. All right, almost done here. The next one, 13, diagram represents genetic material. The expression of the section labeled X may be modified. Now this is a pretty tricky one. So what does modified mean? Modified is our keyword. It means changed. It can be changed. What can be changed? Letter X. What is X pointing to? DNA. So they're asking you, how will DNA change? Now let's think about this. Can I physically change DNA from temperature? If it's too hot, will it change my DNA? It will not. It will not change your DNA. 2, asexual reproduction. What is that? That's when things are making copies of itself. Can that change DNA? It will not. So this one's not the right answer. Now we're down to 3 and 4, pH and the environment. Technically, this is an unfair question because pH is from the environment, but then it says only. So I'll get to that in a second. So what do I mean by the environment? Okay, imagine a pair of 2 twins. They're exactly the same. But then let's say one starts to smoke and one doesn't. Even though that they're identically the same, because one person smokes, it means their body's going to change. So the environment is simply referring to the world around us, and it can actually change your DNA. Radiation can change your DNA. A person's diet can change their DNA. So the environment is an umbrella term to describe all the possible answers it could be. So the answer is environment. Now, why is the answer not 4? Because 4 only specifies pH, which is the amount of acids and bases in a particular place. Only. That's why the answer is the environment. All right, we have 2 more questions left. So this is showing a mutation. Which row in the chart below correctly identifies the cause of each type mutation? This is a very easy one. So on the regions, you don't have to memorize these terms, but I mean, maybe you do. I don't think you do, because you see, the thing about this question is that you have to just look at it and just understand what these words mean. Insert simply means to add. Let's see, substitution. Think of a substitute teacher, right? They replace your teacher for the day, right? So this is to replace. And then we have deletion. And what's that? To delete, right? To remove, to delete. So all we have to do is find the right row that matches. So let's look at mutation A. So I have cat tag AAC. Uh-oh, I don't have cat anymore. I lost an A. So if I lost an A, that's a deletion. So right away, I can cross out choices 2 and 3. So it's either 1 or 4, because deletion is the first mutation. So We already crossed out 2 and 3. Now we have to figure out the next one. Mutation B. Instead of cat tag AAC, it's GAT tag AAC. GAT. So the C has been replaced with a G. So if we replaced it, it's a substitution. So if it's a substitution, mutation B is substitution. So with that in mind, our answer is 1. I can't click on it, but the answer is row 1. Okay? Row 1 is our answer because they match all of the mutations present. All right, so we are down to the last question here. Give 2 differences between DNA and RNA. So DNA is a double helix, and it contains the letters A, T, G, C. Never leaves the nucleus. RNA is it double or single? It's single-stranded. It's not a helix. It contains the letters A, U, G, C. There's no letter T. And it leaves the nucleus. What can DNA do? DNA can perform replication, makes a copy of itself, and transcription. It takes this DNA and it creates a copy of it through transcription for RNA. Actually, let's leave that out. I'm not going to take the chance of getting some muddy waters. So DNA can perform replication. RNA performs transcription and translation with ribosome. And that's it. Those are the main differences we have between DNA and RNA. So those are the answers to the second review sheets. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. You're going to have an exam the Wednesday of the week that this video has been sent out. Not sure what day that will be, which the date will be, but whatever. But the idea is after this video, you'll have an exam. So please look over all these questions. Feel free to rewatch this video as much as you want. And again, feel free to ask me any questions with the time being. Thank you and have a great one.